Hi, everyone. Welcome to my talk for your research methods class. My name is Darcy. I am a PhD student here in the Agricultural Communications Department here at Texas Tech. I'm from Australia, so I always like to start these things off by apologizing if I say anything weird as I'm recording online. Unfortunately, you don't have the option of asking me what I've said, but I hope everything's nice and clear for you. So today I'm going to be talking to you about recording options and procedures for data collection, something I've been working a lot on these past few months, having just done a series of interviews for my thesis, which were all done electronically and online. So something I know quite intimately now, and hoping to give you guys some hints and tips and tricks, hopefully to make it easier for you if you ever go through something like this. So I'm going to start sharing my screen and I will get started. Perfect. If it'll work. Alrighty, here we go. All right, so as I said, going through data recording procedures. And so please feel free to email me and I'll send my email through for any questions at the end of the presentation or at the end of the week. So just a quick little agenda for today. I've only got 15 minutes, so I'm just going to go through a little bit of planning, some considerations when choosing a recording software, also just some options for different platforms and things like that, and then some platforms that are integrated, so work together. I'm going to give you a couple of options there as well. So planning, I know we hear it time and time and again, but planning is key. And particularly with interviews, if you are doing more than one or two, consistency is super important here. So you need to make sure that you're using the same platform or the same software for each different interview. That way, it's just easy for you to hit record or to have a reoccurring meeting time. If you're using a platform such as Zoom, you can just send out the same link. Also means you're just going to continue to become more and more familiar with the platform that you're using. Also really important to have an extra device ready. That could be a mobile phone. It could be just having some sort of additional audio recording device with you, as well as your laptop. We all know that things can go wrong, and when things are important, they tend to go wrong quicker or worse. So making sure you have a backup is great. A lot of platforms, particularly for audio recording, do have an app that you can use, so you can always double up and make sure you've got 2 copies of everything. That being said, make sure everything is charged, that you have a charger for your laptop, for your phone, for your iPad, for everything. It is easy to get caught out thinking that you have heaps of battery life, then to open up your laptop and notice you've only got an hour and you've got to get through an interview and make sure your laptop doesn't die at the same time. That has happened to me before. It's very, very stressful trying to get through all your questions without, making sure everything's cut off at the end. And one thing that I find really important, particularly being relatively new to interviewing, is if you are doing them alone, so by yourself without someone else there, if you know you're going to be writing notes, just make sure that you have everything there that you need: pen, paper, highlighters. And just so you know where your focus needs to be. Are you going to be consistently looking up and down? Are you going to be focusing on maintaining eye contact? Or are you just going to be shorthanding at the same time? Just making sure that you know where your focus needs to be or how it needs to be split can really help just to guide all your interviews and make them nice and easy. So some considerations when choosing how to record. Reliability is one of them. As I said, consistency is key. You want to make sure you're getting the same quality every single time. There's no point in using different platforms and having one sound great and one sound grainy, or if you need to be looking back at video content for note writing, the quality is just bad. It's granular or it's pixelated, making sure that that is all consistent. Reliability as well in terms of internet or Wi-Fi. We all know, those of us in the building here at Tech, sometimes the Wi-Fi does cut out. It can be very annoying. So if you're going to be doing them on campus, just hope that everything is good. If you're doing them at home, again, making sure that you have a solid and fast Wi-Fi connection. I know that I did a couple of my interviews overseas. That's just unfortunately how it fell, and the internet cut out on me mid-interview. And that was not fun, having to run around an Airbnb trying to figure out how to trip the power back on. So I can tell you right now, just making sure that's there. And also for your participants as well, particularly for farmers or producers, sometimes they're on the back of a tractor or in the car, just making sure that the platform that you use doesn't need a lot of high-speed internet, that it can be consistent in quality at the same time. Reliability can also be making sure that it is enabled across multiple devices. Like I said, laptop, phone, iPad, anything like that can help just increase the reliability of what you're recording. And always have a backup option. So making sure there is at least 2 ways of you recording in the room at any one time. Quality, as I said, audio is key, particularly for an interview. Most of the time you will be having to transcribe these interviews. So if the playback isn't clear, it can make it incredibly difficult to get a correct transcript, or if you need to check a transcript against the audio, but you don't know what they're saying, again, makes life very, very difficult. All right, ease of use. This is for both you and your participants. Most of the time, if you're using a platform such as Zoom, they need to be able to access it from the other side. So if my 85-year-old grandpa can work a Zoom link, hopefully your participants can as well. If it's not easy to use, do not use it. I cannot stress that enough. Making sure that it can be integrated with other platforms if need be can also help with ease of use, just to stop you from having to upload or reload at any other time. And then cost. This is a big one, particularly for some of these platforms. They do require a subscription or a membership of some sort to get access to everything that you need. Sometimes there can be a free trial. Some of them are a couple of weeks to a month or 6 months. These can be great when you're data collecting for, say, a master's thesis. Otherwise, sometimes they have low-cost student memberships. One thing that I like to utilize, I've been a university student for quite a while, so I like anything that's free. Some of our advisors here in the building do have accounts for some of these services, so Zoom or Otter AI, anything like that in terms of data collection. So if they're willing to let you use it for free. They've already paid for it, or the department has already paid for it, so make sure you're taking advantage of situations like that. All right, so on to the nitty-gritty stuff, so interview recording. There are numerous different ways that you can record interviews or focus groups if that's what you choose to do online. Zoom, I think we're all incredibly familiar with that, particularly given COVID. We're all used to getting into the Zoom room and we can record, we can chat, we can pause, we can share screens. Another one you can do if you're just going to voice record is Otter AI. It's also a transcription service as well. Another video is Skype. You've got Microsoft Teams, and then the other 2 there, SparkHire and Willow, are platforms that are used quite commonly with HR departments for like hiring interviews and things like that, or even podcasts. There are multiple things out there, so just make sure that you're picking the right one for you. All right, integrated platforms. This is something I love teaching people because not a lot of people know. So for my interviews that I did for my thesis, I used Zoom and Otter AI. And the fun thing about Otter AI is that you can take the link for your Zoom link or your Zoom interview and put it here into where it says paste meeting URL to record. And you can put the URL in there, press enter, and it will automatically enter itself into your Zoom room. And it will start recording and start transcribing automatically, which is super handy, particularly if you don't want to be waiting for an interview to load off Zoom and then save it and then upload it into Otter AI. It does it all for you. Also handy though, just to press record on Zoom, just to have a backup copy. Like I said, have a backup. You never know what's going to go wrong. But this is all about making life easy for yourself. There's nothing more stressful than getting through your first interview and having forgotten to press record, or you forgot halfway through and you had to go backwards. This just makes it nice and easy. You can put them straight into a folder on Otter AI for yourself, label it, everything. It makes it nice and easy and integrated. And as I said, the transcription starts immediately. So once they're online, it's all systems go. So just a quick little summary. I hope I haven't taken too much of anyone's time, but just make sure that you are familiar with the platforms that you are using. Have a trial run before you start. So get a Zoom link, make sure everything's all right, send it to your best friend or your advisor and get them to jump on at the right time. If you're going to use something integrated like Zoom and Otter AI, have a go using that URL function beforehand, just to make sure that you're comfortable with it and that you know that it works. Like I said, sometimes free is best or easiest. Those free trials or getting your advisors logins to different platforms is really beneficial, just to getting access to everything and making sure that you're not going to run out of a trial before your data collection is finished. And just a little tidbit, don't forget to press record if you are using Zoom or any other platforms like that require a click to record. There is nothing worse. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate your time and effort today. I hope that's given you a little bit of insight into data recording. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email, or if you're in the building, just come by my desk. I really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day and enjoying class for the rest of the semester. Bye.